Gemini. This is Kate from Clear Blue Tarot. I almost forgot my name and what the channel's called. I haven't been here in so long. So, welcome back. Welcome back to me. I'm going to jump right into this reading for you, okay? So in the center, I got this combination of the Six of Earth and the Magician crossed by the Messenger of Earth. So the Messenger of Earth is a very like slow-moving new opportunity, something coming in that in the material world that you are, I think, being challenged by. Perhaps oftentimes people are challenged by this in the way of the patience that it requires to wait for this offer to come in, whatever this new thing is that's coming. You're still in sort of a hold of waiting. And you've manifested this. You are embodying the powers of the Magician, and the Sixth of Earth's very balanced energy from which to manifest. So it looks like things went really well with your manifestation, but now that divine timing, or that, the way the world works of, you know what you want, you know it's manifested, and now you're in that waiting period, and it's maybe causing you a little bit of impatience. So at your foundation, you have the Star card. So in this period of time where you've been manifesting and forced to wait, you have been doing healing, which is great. And that's probably the reason why there was this wait period, because this energy that you've been in sometimes is the perfect energy to heal, where you're wanting to go forward. Sometimes when we are projecting into the future because our current circumstances are no longer satisfying and we want the next thing that we've manifested to be here now, it causes our third eye to come forward, sort of protruding with the energy of it into the future, and that's not natural. So perhaps one way that you could do some more healing now, maybe this is what you're meant to know, is something I've learned, is to push the energy of your third eye back, like feel it retract, like a periscope coming back in and settling back in your head, so that you're able to see what you need to see within and not be living in the future, because that really does happen. The energy of our intuition and everything is already ahead, and then we're not fully living in the present. So that springs to mind that maybe that is a good lesson for you while you're in this impatience period. So in the recent past, you have the Five of Fire, and in this deck, the Good Tarot, it's a much more positive way of looking at the Five of Wands, which is a very conflictual card. And in the Good Tarot, it's more about the releasing of conflict and turmoil, whether it be inside or manifested outside of you yourself. So you've used this fire to positively manifest. The Magician often uses the fire energies, no matter which way they come about, whether it's through conflict or through just passion. The Magician will use just the fire, the pure element of the energy of anger or frustration or passion to manifest. So you're coming out of that, where you've used that energy, and that's a past part of your situation. And you are coming into the Hanged Man, which I'm sure if you're frustrated with this Messenger of Earth energy, you do not want to hear about the Hanged Man in your near future, because that means, using this star energy to continue healing. The Hanged Man is all about a pause, a timeout. More work needs to be done. You're not done. You're not ready to move yet. And I'm going to let you know what the cards say is the issue that you need to finish your inner work on. You're crowned by the Eight of Fire. And this, in other decks, the Eight of Wands, it's about messages. And often it's talking about messages back and forth from you to another person. But again, in this deck, because it has all these lights, to me it always has started to mean more and more as time has gone on. It means communication from your inner light, your higher self, your guides, your ascended masters you may speak to, your angels, your ancestors, whatever is of the light and no longer in the human or physical form here, is communicating to you. Although they can use, these beings do often use animals. There is a panda in this, and it's a reminder to look for messages from nature, from birds, from water, from trees. Actually, water, because I confirmed that, and I got Tobira of the Waters from the Fairy Oracle deck. So that's saying these messages could be coming through water or from your emotions, because water is all about emotions, the emotional depths. But it could be, I mean, if I got that in my reading, I would say, well, I need to use water somehow to get these messages, be it going near water, looking at the water, in nature, or paying attention to any messages attached to images of fish or water birds. If you are just even scrolling through the internet or watching television and something comes up that has water in it, there could be a message in that for you. And sometimes your answers will show up in very weird ways. So pay attention to any words that come attached to images of water. Also, star energy, it often says, healing with water, healing through water. So hot baths, cold showers, steam rooms, although those aren't open right now unless you have one at your own house. Any way that you could use water to heal, hot tea, healing beverages, soups, things like this, those can be helpful when you get this Tobira the Water card too. So inside of yourself right now, you have the Ace of Air, and that's inspiration. It has a Pegasus on it, so it's a Pegasus and a rainbow. So really beautiful messages inside of you that possibly are coming from this magician energy that has propelled you into this need to move forward into the new in your life, but you're in this pause. And what the other people around you are seeing is the Nine of Air, which often in other decks is the Nine of Swords. It's sleepless nights, nightmares, things like that. So I don't know if you're having that happen or if other people are seeing that in you, that kind of anxious energy. But in this deck, she is shown with birds flying away around her and surrounding her, which is showing like a lifting off of this energy. So a removal of this anxiety, transforming it and letting it go and accepting whatever's transpired with this Five of Fire. You're just transforming these swords into birds and letting this anxiety just fly away. In your hopes and fears position, you have the Two of Fire, which I think I just got in the last reading I did. And it's about following your higher self. It's following the light within and being guided by your intuition, allowing yourself to be led in like complete surrender to aligning your will with divine. So that's your hope, I think. Or maybe it's your fear. Maybe you're afraid to do this. So either way, that's the position it's showing up in. So something to think about. Your final outcome, I did get the Chariot, which is about balanced energies between light and dark. Your shadow and your light has balanced. You've gone within and been able to see who you are. And now you are able to do this final motion forward. So that's going to come after this Hanged Man. And I wanted to talk about, like I asked the Fairy Oracle cards to show me what exactly is going to get you from the Hanged Man to the Chariot. What should you be thinking about and surrendering to get to this. And it's saying 2 cards. I got the Faf the Footer, which is about grounding, and I got the Sage reversed. So Faf the Footer, it's very important to ground your energy. If you're in the mental realm, you're floating, you're not grounded, you're not anchored down into the planet, into the earth, it's easy to get kind of swept away and be influenced by things that are not of you. So to ground your energy solidly and anchor yourself to the planet, to the earth, using this bare feet on the ground, cords dropping, you can do lots of grounding meditations. There's tons that you can choose what you like to imagine to get you that feeling of groundedness here. And that's going to turn the Sage back upright, because when the Sage is upside down, it's not the best. It either means that you're closed up and you're afraid to share what you found in your journey, and you're not letting it all come out. You're closed. There's some fear that's gotten to you, or you're hoarding it. You're wanting it all to yourself so that you can use it as the magician, but in a more selfish way, not like serving, but more as like serving just you. And the Sage, just when it's upright, it's a beautiful, wise, ancient energy. And if you reverse it in any of the negative ways that it can be used for your selfish gain, or for out of fear closing it down, the energy is going to work against you. So maybe that's what's been happening. Maybe somehow through your journey with this 5 of Fire, there's been something that has closed you down or made you cling, somehow brought out some sort of fear or manipulation or hoarding energy of this sage-like wisdom, and it's keeping your chariot from going forward. So the advice is to ground yourself and let it flow, let it fly. And as a spiritual reference of what that is about, I got the 6th ray of devotion from the Light Worker Oracle Guidebook. And I think I got this, I want to say Pisces, because my good friend is a Pisces, and I had told her to watch it, and she loved that this card came up because she's been working with the 6th ray a lot, and it was really meaningful for her that it was in that reading. So I think I read some of this, and I've just gotten this deck recently, so it's kind of weird that it came up twice, because I shuffled more than completely and it came back up. But I'll tell you what popped out to me in the message here for you, which may be difficult, maybe different than I got for the Pisces reading. For those working with this energy, the power of mind and emotions will come into focus. You may need to channel your emotional and mental power into worthy projects, or practice balancing your intensity with lightness of heart and playfulness, so you don't become harsh or despairing if things appear not to be working out the way you believe they should. Then your faith can remind you love always finds a way. If you do not honor this, you may try to pull people from their own path, which can create unnecessary struggle for them and unnecessary karma for you. The best way to honor the blessing and minimize the challenge of this ray is to share your truth with an open heart and an open mind. Share without agenda. So that's kind of like a message that I recently have thought about a lot, where you're in the gateway, you're in the doorway, you've seen the light, and that could be what's reversing this Sage, is kind of pushing people through the door when it's not their time to go. And I've been kind of guilty of that myself. When I get real excited for something I've had an epiphany about, I sort of just want to take all my loved ones, put them in a big sack, and throw them through the door I just went through, and you can't do that. So maybe that's it. Maybe you're feeling the urge to be a little pushy. Rather than hoarding it, you're pushing So that can be another way of having the sage get messed up for you. So just be aware of that. The sixth ray of devotion is related to Archangel Uriel. So you can look up about Archangel Uriel and see if there's any special messages for you in connection with that energy. Do I want to finish? I feel I never pull a card on camera. I'm not usually a card puller on camera because I like to meditate a lot before I do the reading, and I don't want to make a reading an hour and a half long so you can watch me ponder. So I do all my pondering prior, but I'm gonna pull just one little message here more because I feel like even though we got that beautiful sixth ray, I feel the urge to pull an animal card. So I'm going here, and you're gonna see how the way I pull cards takes forever too. So it's gonna take a while for me to pull one card. I hope I don't go way over in my time. I do the 3-3-3. I do kind of the casino shuffle, and then I do this very ineffectual looking, but it works, shuffle, and then I cut 3 times, and there's the card. So let's see what the animal spirit guidebook wants for you. Okay, we have the chameleon spirit, act as if. I like that. It's number 14, which is the temperance card from the tarot. Act as if. Chameleon spirit shares her gift with you today to prepare you for changes that will greatly benefit you. Feeling sensitive? Good, because that will come in handy, enabling you to determine how best to adapt to your environment and the people in it, while at the same time maintaining your integrity and inner equilibrium. Even if you feel like you're in uncharted territory, chameleon spirit has complete faith in your ability to fit in and learn the lay of the land, adapting as necessary. This is a fortunate time to act as if and do as others do until the new ways feel familiar and completely natural. Life is offering you a great lesson now. Adapting isn't about losing yourself. It's about learning how to dance with others. Okay. I like that. I like that for the end. And I'll show you. Oh, where'd it go? Oh. Here we go. I don't know if dolphin means anything to you, but accidentally I pulled dolphin when I was looking to grab chameleon. So add little dolphin in at the end there. You can look that up. Okay, Gemini, that's your reading. And pardon me while I get used to being back doing these. And I will see you next time, hopefully. Namaste.